Hey everybody, and welcome to Icici. I know another one of those Croatian places that everybody has trouble pronouncing. It's Icici. um, Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the background today of the beautiful yachts and just gorgeous day today. It's not very cold. I was able even to take off my jacket with all the sun behind me just bouncing on my back. Um, and I want to try something different today with a little bit of different approach on my video. Might end up a little longer, so I appreciate any patience that you might gather to watch the video. The book that I listened to is an audiobook by Jim Rohn. It's called The Power of Ambition, and we might as well get in the takeaways. So the first takeaway would be the differences in the tools that you use in your business, in your personal finance, whatever. So a great story that I had recently was with the tool called GetResponse. I had trouble making a decision on purchasing the annual contract. It costs around $500, and basically in the end I made the decision. I wanted to put up some landing pages, some autoresponders, and the great news for me at least was that in the next month one of the potential clients that received an autoresponder from our company ended up with a $500 per month contract. So it more than paid the GetResponse account. And Jim Rohn in the audiobook shares a story by Abraham Lincoln, where he said that if you take a hammer and you want to hack down a tree, is probably going to take 30 hours. But if you take a saw, it's probably going to take you 30 minutes. So it's a huge difference which tools you're using in your business, or let's say in the construction work. If anyone has tried doing any construction work around the house, if you don't have the proper tools, you might as well just give up. It's not really an option trying to put up a wall or tearing down a wall without proper tools. Second takeaway would be that the difference is in the vocabulary, and research has shown that let me check here a little bit, that low vocabulary results in bad behavior and poor results. This is especially noticeable in institutions like prisons, or parts of cities where vocabulary isn't really developed, or where education isn't really developed. So we have some people passing by. So let's see. Yeah, and another great story that I personally had was when I tried to help my dad around the house, and he had all those different types of words for wood. If wood was shaped like this, it was this wood, and if the wood was this thin and this thick, then it was named this wood. And I had no idea. I was basically, Dad, pass me that wood, and he would go, which wood? So another proof that vocabulary makes a difference. If you can't articulate what you want to articulate, then it's very hard to achieve the things that you can't even articulate, or use the words that you want or you need to use. The third takeaway would be that success is a numbers game. What do I mean by that? Well, or at least what does Jim mean by that? When you're in business, you want to make as much revenue as possible. You need to make sales calls, you need to send direct emails, you need to send out responders, etc. So at the end of the week or at the end of the month, where an investor or a partner or a mentor asks you how many calls have you made, and you start with the story, now I couldn't really make the calls because, and then comes in the story, because of this and that, whatever the reason may be. The thing is that if you have stories instead of numbers, then your business is probably going to fail. On the other hand, if you have solid numbers, you were supposed to make 10 calls, but you made 10 calls, or you made 20 calls, you can immediately see where your business is going without any other story or explanation or clarification, whatever. You were supposed to make 10 calls, but you made 30 calls. Wow, 30 calls. It's great. So success is a numbers game. Have that in mind when you're making plans, when you're telling a story to your investor or to anybody. Just focus on the numbers, especially in personal finances. If you don't know your numbers, if you don't know where your money is going, which would be my, let's say, my fourth takeaway. And this literally, and I'm not exaggerating, this literally changed my financial destiny, my financial life. And this was a few years ago when I first heard about Jim Rohn. So I was reading a book from Tony Robbins, and he was mentioning his mentor, and he was saying all these positive words about his mentor, how much he helped him, and how much great advice Jim gave him. And I literally wanted to find out immediately who this Jim Rohn guy was. So I found a YouTube video with his seminar, Best Life Ever. You can find it on YouTube. Just search Jim Rohn, Best Life Ever, and you'll find a 4-hour seminar. It's rather long, but trust me, it's probably the best 4 hours that you'll spend that day, that month, maybe even that year, depending on where you are. And in this video, Jim Rohn talks about a whole platitude of things, from personal development, personal finances, sales, management, time management, you name it. And at one point he started talking about personal finances, and my ears just perked up. You know, at that time I had debt, I had loans, I had credit card debt, I had overdrafts, whatever I could get, I was doing. You know, I was spending the money that I didn't have, and you know, I was really frustrated, really, with the personal finances and with the money that I didn't have, not with the money that I did have. So up to that point, I was really excited and really happy with the notes that I took from this seminar. And when he started talking about personal finances, I was like, yeah, tell me. And he started with a joke, which really got me because I felt a little bit ashamed. Because I felt the joke was on me. You know, Jim said he mentioned those people that don't know where it all went, and I was one of those guys. I was really one of those guys. I would get a paycheck, I would put it in my wallet, and I was so happy. You know, I was so happy with the full wallet of 200 kuna bills, and you know, a week would go by, 2 weeks would go by, maybe 3 weeks. I would have too much month at the end of the money. You know, if you've ever been there, and I was frustrated because I didn't know where it all went. And then I would start calculating in my mind, you know, oh yeah, I spent there, bought that, oh yeah, and then I would get another loan or an overdraft or whatever to get to the end of the money, the end of the month. And I made a decision after the seminar that I want to learn more about personal finances, and I got a book by another Croatian guy called Sanjin Furlan. The translation of the title of the book would be something like Financial Renaissance or something like that. And I got additional advices, and I started tracking all my expense. So right now I'm in Icici. I'm having coffee, and literally after the coffee I'll take the invoice, I'll put it in my pocket, and I'll do it each time that I buy something or spend any amount of money. I'll put the invoice in my pocket, and when I get home, I'll put the invoice in the envelope for invoices, and I'll copy paste it to the Excel sheet every week, every month, and then just track down all that I spent. So that's the advice that I have on I don't know where it all went, and the personal finances. Track the expenses that you have, and track whatever you can regarding your finances. And me personally, once I got financials in order, and once let me just take care of this, and once I got out of debt, closed my loans, I stopped using credit cards, and when I did use them, I paid the invoice at the end of the month, not like in 2 months, 3 months. And once I cleared all my debt, I started tracking my time. I started tracking, you know, when I work, I'm mostly at my computer, so I'm able to track which tools I'm using, and am I productive or am I not productive. So I can track all the time that I'm spending, and if it's good or it's not good. Yeah, these people are just walking by and, you know, watching me, and it's insane. You know, it's not easy work, I can tell you that. So let's just wrap up with the fifth takeaway. Profits are better than wages. Wages make you a living, profits make you a fortune. The security of a monthly paycheck comes at a great cost. And I'm sure these people here know about that. So yeah, profits are better than wages. And if you're working for somebody, you might not be as happy with your paycheck. And gotta switch hands here. It's killing me, you know. This is labor, man. This is hard work. So yeah, profits are better than wages. You know, take the plunge, take the risk, try being an entrepreneur. Might make you end up on a yacht, something like this. You know, you never know. Don't buy the yacht. You know, so many of these yachts here are just wasting space, wasting time. Some of them are even for sale. Some of them aren't even sailing out like this one the entire year, and basically they're depreciating in value. So it's not a wise investment. But you know, who am I to advise you on the on investments? But anyway, Jim Rohn, who I admire much, does say that profits are better than wages. And once you realize that, once you're starting making profits, instead of depending on one monthly check that might not be here at the next recession or the next depression or the next war or what have you. Once you're creating your own destiny and generating revenue by yourself, and it's, I don't want to say it's easy. If you can sell anything, and I'm sure you can, you probably sold somebody on something. You can start selling anything. You can start selling on eBay. You can start selling ebooks, affiliate marketing. You know, but I'm getting away from the scope of the book, I would say. So let's get back to it. But basically, yeah, that would be for me the message for this video, the 5 takeaways. Jim Rohn, The Power of Ambition. It was a great audiobook, and I hope you enjoyed the background with some yachts and the beautiful sea and the beautiful weather. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope that you subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have some ideas on where I want to take this with the new videos. So let's stay connected, and hope you have a great day today. Take care.